Hello, Justin Sloan here. It's been a while. I wanted to check in because I've been doing some cool new stuff over the last year. First off, I've decided to try to direct a film. Not right away. What I'm going to do is probably in about a year to 2 years, when I will sit down and do my actual first day of directing, I hope. Well, I've directed in the past, but a short film. So, this one, what I'm aiming to do is over the next year or so, while COVID is in process, hopefully sooner than that it'll finish, but during that time, I'm going to be looking at really learning everything I can about filmmaking. And I thought I'd come on here occasionally and share what I've been looking at and why I think it's awesome. Before I get to that point, though, so I'm going to be doing a lot of courses. I'm going to be storyboarding out some screenplays. I have 3 screenplays that I think would work for micro budget films, and that's going to be my first goal. I've talked to my friends about whether I should do a short film or go feature film, micro budget, and it seems most agree that the feature film idea is the best. Why? Because you can put it on Amazon Prime and whatnot and make money on it. It's a produced feature film credit, which is awesome. They can see that you can do the full thing. And yeah, just the learning experience from all that. I think there's a lot more street cred involved, and that's always a plus. So, where have I started? First off, I have a big list, but I'm going to tell you today about one that is from Udemy, and a lesson I learned today is that most classes that are on Udemy seem to be on Amazon Prime. So if you're a Prime subscriber, you can go to Amazon Prime, and there you go. This one right here is called Directing the Actor, a USC course with Nina Foch, however you say her name, sorry. She's a famous actress. She teaches about how to direct for the actor. And it's an awesome class that somebody went up to George Lucas and they put this together. And yeah, it's really good quality. She looks like she's an awesome teacher. And I had some great takeaways from it. For example, one of the things that she does early on is she has the class take out the screenplay for Casablanca. And when you read it, you come back and you summarize it in 3 sentences to show that you really get the idea. If you only have it in 1 sentence, you don't have the full story. If you have it in more than 3 sentences, you can't quite grasp what it's about because you're taking too long to summarize it. That's her thoughts. And I really appreciated this. And then she also looked at what's the moral of the story. And she said, anytime you go see a movie, you should be thinking, what is the moral? And then look at the spine, like what is it trying to accomplish? What is every character in there basically leading to? What kind of story is that all contributing to? So I thought that was really cool. And then she's directing the actors, giving them ideas of, like when you enter a scene, you should be already doing something. A lot of common sense stuff, maybe for people who are already involved in the film world. But if you're not, I think it's a great resource. And even if you are, I'm sure you'll find nuggets in there because it's valuable. And what I thought was really cool, kind of a side thing, was that one of my old coworkers from Telltale, I saw him in the class. And I was like, oh, that's my buddy. So pretty cool. Jeremy Breslau, he's awesome. If you haven't checked out his shorts, they're great. And his Telltale work, of course. He did some work on Tales from the Borderlands and some of the story prep work for Minecraft Story Mode. Yeah, so he's on the course. If you know what he looks like, you can find him, and you get a chance to say, "Hey, there's Jeremy." That's always fun. In addition to that, so I'm gonna be finishing up that course. I've watched about half of it so far, and just really loving it. I highly recommend it. If you need a link, I'll try to put a link somewhere at the bottom of show notes or whatever, and there you go. And like I mentioned, Amazon Prime, it's included. Also, what I've been doing lately is, of course, watching lots of movies and analyzing them. I think it's great to look at which ones won Oscar for cinematography. As a writer, I'm mostly a writer. As a writer, it's great to see what other people are really appreciating. So, as an example, when I watched Parasite, I thought it was a fun movie. I like Very Bad Things and these kind of movies, that something happens bad to the character and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? Parasite works well with that. And he also did one called Mother that I've been watching lately. I recommend both of these movies. But what's great about those is when you start really looking to see what cinematography is and camera angles and camera one shots and all these things, and just watching how this director does it and how other great directors do it, it makes the movie a totally different experience. I watched Mother, finished it last night, and there's a really great shot that I appreciated where at one point they're quizzing a boy about what happened to this girl. And the basic premise is that a mom has a mentally challenged son who gets accused of murder and arrested, and she's trying to prove him innocent. I won't spoil it, but I will say that at one scene she's interviewing, or she has somebody else kind of quizzing this guy about the girl, and the guy hangs his head like this kind of, and is looking at his lap and talking about his interactions with the girl. And then the camera pans down, and there on his lap is the girl. And obviously it's not there. The lighting changes a bit, so it's a nice transition to show the flashback. And you don't often see cool transitions like that. Like they didn't make an obvious like, no, we're in a flashback. It was just it pans down, and now boom, there she is. Lighting's different. It's a flashback. It's clear. Great filmmaking right there. Lots of good shots, and then there's some really good things that they set up. They seeded that I'm not going to talk about right now because that would spoil the ending for you and how they did that. But watch Mother, see how they did it. Yes, it's subtitled, so people who can't stand that, you got to get over that. You need to learn how to watch movies with subtitles. It's a great film, and I think we have a lot to learn from these. So I'm going to keep this up. I hope you enjoy. If you have any comments, let me know. If you want to hit like and all that stuff, cool. I'm not doing anything fancy. You're going to see I'm in my backyard. There might have been a helicopter or an airplane earlier. I'm just going to be coming on here informally and chatting with you guys about what I'm learning. So I'd love to hear from you all too. And if you have videos you think I should check out, movies that you think are amazing that we need to discuss, great. I'll also try to bring in some people who have thoughts on these. So that'd be fun. All right, take care. Thank you.